I think for me, you can't have a conversation about Pride and about the history of LGBTQ advocacy without centering queer people of color. And especially when you think about Stonewall and when you think about, our legacy of LGBTQ civil rights milestones, we've had in many cases trans women of color to thank for being on the front lines and really advocating. And I'm excited that as we reflect on the 50th anniversary of Stonewall, Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson are getting statues in New York, which is amazing. And I'm so happy that more people are learning their names and their stories. And having Daranisha's story, for example, in Alabama, where she calls that out and is like, you need to know that we have trans women of color to thank for Pride. That was really important to me. And also, we wanted to really try to reflect the diversity of our community. And so it just felt natural that we were going to have as many different kinds of voices and perspectives as possible. And I hope we can do follow-ups and more content because there are so many more stories to be told as well.
I think in hearing those different stories, I started seeing Pride celebrations as like the protest versus the Pride. I don't think before watching this, I really understood the distinction. I thought Pride was just like, oh, let's just celebrate. But for a lot of people, they are still protesting because they're still fighting for civil rights.
Yes.
And especially in the trans community. So I thought that was a really important distinction that you guys showed, that yes, we can have fun, but there's a real message in Pride as well.
I'm glad that you got that, and I hope that everyone is intentional this Pride season and beyond to think about how Pride's DNA is really in protest and rebellion and activism. And I'm also encouraging everyone, if you identify with one letter in the LGBTQ acronym, that doesn't necessarily make you an expert on the experiences and challenges of every other letter within the acronym. And I think we could all do a better job of talking to each other, getting to know each other, and through those relationships and personal connections, you naturally develop more empathy for each other and learn how to be better allies. And so that's a message that I really hope people will take on during Pride as well.